Today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024, and we are in Vermont today going up. We're at the Skylight Pond Trailhead. We're going to go up and junction with the Long Trail, go out to do Wilson and Breadloaf. It's going to be a very hot day today. 75 right now at the car. It's a pretty long drive for us. I think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. There's another way to access Breadloaf and Wilson coming in from the Emily Proctor trailhead, but it was like a 3-hour drive. So we took the shorter drive, and it's about the same length going either way. I think there's less elevation gain from this side also. So we're off. A couple other cars here, all out-of-staters. People from hotter parts of the country, right? Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. It's probably going to be hot down there too. All right, should be 85 on the summit, I think, today. Yeah, and humid. We're still climbing up to the Long Trail, which is 2 miles in right now. And this section is really pretty. Lots of ferns. It has been pretty gentle. I think the first mile was essentially flat. And now we've been climbing through a series of short switchbacks, which is really nice. Not to go straight up for once. Really, really pretty. Pretty muggy. Pretty buggy. And water, let me think. There were 2 larger water crossings in the first quarter mile or so that were marked on my Far Out app. And then after that, there's no water marked until you get up to like the Emily Proctor shelter. But there were a whole bunch of little water crossings that were running well in the first mile. I don't know if they're seasonal, but they were running really well. So I would say you can water up in the first mile. Since then, there's been nothing. We are 1 hour in, and we just came up right over here. That's the junction with Skylight Pond Trail. Now, the Long Trail south is this way. When we come back, I think we're gonna go up a little bit here. There's a herd path to a view called Sunset Rock on the right-hand side. We're gonna go out and check that out. And then a tenth of a mile down this spur is Skyline Lodge. So it's an enclosed, it looks like a really nice cabin, like a log cabin on Skyline. I thought it was Skylight. Yeah, Skylight Pond. Yeah. So there's a pond there, but I don't think it has a view out. It's just a nice pond. And then this is the way we're going to go north on the Long Trail to Breadloaf and Wilson. And on the way, there is Emily Proctor Shelter and a junction with, I guess it's the Emily Proctor Trail, which was our other option. If we had come up that way, we would have ended up doing like out and backs each direction to make like a T to get to Wilson and Breadloaf. This way, we're just going over just an out and back. We're going to go over, which one is it? I think we go over Wilson twice and end at Breadloaf. Maybe not. Maybe it's the other way. I cannot remember, but haven't seen anyone yet today. Getting a little bit of a breeze, so that's nice. That was a really simple climb, and if you compare it to stuff in the Whites, really easy, nice. And now we're on, I think this is the Appalachian Trail also, I think. It should be, because it runs north until you get up into the 4,000 footers. And then it turns off and cuts over into New Hampshire. All right. I think the next stop is Wilson, and then the shelter, and then Breadloaf, or vice versa. Okay, I'm just checking in to say I was wrong before. It's Breadloaf is first, and then Emily Proctor, and then Wilson. And right in this section is just so much Clintonia blooming. It's as far as you can see going in. Crazy. That's blue bead lily. So in a month or so, they're gonna have round blue balls, like shining like blue beads up where the flowers are. Whew. We're about a half a mile now from Breadloaf. We saw our first hiker coming the opposite way. And this is really lovely. Could use more breeze. It is so hot. All right, so I think we're going to have a bunch of little ups and downs along this ridge, but nice, beautiful woods, easy going. There are no views from the summits, and I think that's okay because it looked super, super hazy as we were climbing. We had some restricted views out. But we will go check out Sunset Rock, and see. There's a view if you continue past the summit of Wilson. It's quite a ways, and people said it wasn't worth it. So considering it's not a bluebird day, we're not going to do the extra mileage there. But we will do the extra mileage to Sunset Rock. Oh, a breeze. Lovely. All right, so there's a sign right here that says Long Trail North and an arrow pointing to the right. There's something in the woods next to me. Coming the opposite way, Long Trail South. And then it almost looks like it's brushed in right here because there's a tree down, but the Long Trail turns and goes that way. And this is the spur, which doesn't seem to have a sign, that goes out to Breadloaf. And it has a blue blaze though, which is really visible right there. Okay, so a little spur trail out to the summit of Breadloaf. And I think there's a view if you go past the summit. So we'll check it out. It looks pretty hazy. We're at the Treeden summit now. It's really short spur. There's nothing that marks it as the summit except the herd path kind of ends right there, and that's a little bit lower. When you come back, there is this little trail out. Supposedly there's a view. So it's downhill, but we'll walk down and see. And it's also not very far. We're out at the viewpoint now on Breadloaf Mountain, and it was quite a long walk on a herd path. It's pretty hazy. And over this way is like Equinox, which is in the New Hampshire 100 highest, and then Killington and stuff is behind the tree. And out this way, which is so hazy you can't see it, I can see behind this darker mountain there's bigger stuff, and those are the Adirondacks. So Mount Marcy is over there, Whiteface, Giant Mountain, a whole bunch of things. And the black flies are terrible here, so we're gonna keep moving. I'm getting eaten alive. But that view is it's easy to follow the herd path. It's downhill for most of it, but not tons of elevation loss. And you can't see anything unless you're standing up. So would not recommend to come out and, decide you're gonna have lunch there. Plus the bugs are horrible right now, right there. But as you can see, easy to follow herd path. Some winter moose poo up here, so they're up here in the winter at least. All right. Ooh, stopping was not good.
I got bit.
Yeah, I got bit too, and they don't usually get me, but just one. Okay, so that's Breadloaf Mountain. You can decide whether it's worth it to come out. The summit itself was very short. The herd path out to the view was considerably longer. It's still not long though. Look at how pretty the ferns are in here. Lovely.
Lots of Clintonia.
Lots of Clintonia. Yep, there's more all around. And bunchberry. We are up at the Emily Proctor campsite now, or shelter, I suppose. And this is the water source. Looks like it's running pretty well. The trail literally goes right in front of it.
Oh.
Actually, the trail goes right behind it. It says Long Trail North. Goes that way, tenting area that way, and a toilet. Water's not tested. Let's see. Okay. Oops, the light is bad here. Emily Proctor Trail that way. The wash pit is over here. There is the shelter. Okay. Excellent. Next stop is Wilson. 1960. I assume. Double blaze. I assume this is the trail here.
It's right here.
Right there. And what's this?
Don't you think?
Maybe this is the tenting
I
area?
see it. Don't I see it?
I don't know. I don't see anything
To
here.
me, this looks like a
I
more
don't.
substantial trail.
No, it looks like a washout and people walked up it. This is a more substantial trail. Look at that.
Okay, do we see any blazes?
This is definitely the trail.
See any blazes?
Not yet, but this is definitely the trail. Maybe that's the pit toilet back there, someplace. Hmm. 100% this is the trail. I just don't see.
Definitely a trail.
I believe that the way you wanted to go cuts in right here.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a drainage, though. I have no idea where the bathroom is. Or the tenting area. Oh, wait. Looks like there's
stuff over
some... Yeah, but isn't the water source over there? I guess if I needed the bathroom, I would really look. I expected to be over on this side because the wash pit is over on this side. The water was definitely on the other side. Oh, I see it.
Maybe it's up the road.
It's right. No, it's right here. I can see it. It's brown back there. Maybe you go up here and
Maybe there's
a little side trail. I don't know where the camping is. I mean, the tenting. Perhaps they should blaze a little better. Okay, toilets right here.
Sign right there.
Yeah. Toilet.
I can see it.
I can see it right down there. No idea where you would tent. Although there were plenty of spots over near the water, which are not, should not be kosher spots, but it could be. They did not have a bear box or anything there. I don't think any of the places in Vermont do.
Well, there's a sign up there.
There is. Where?
It's coming up. It's off to the right. Oh, no, it's not a sign.
Is it a piece of bark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, there is a sign. I see it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see.
Yep, yep.
Oh, official tenting area. All right, well, there you have it. This is the summit of Wilson. It's marked with this tiny little cairn. And it's kind of a nondescript high point because you're on a ridge. We were just on a spot that felt higher almost.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. All right, we're gonna head back the way we came and stop and fill up with water at the Emily Proctor shelter. And then when we get down to the junction with Skylight Pond Trail, we're gonna go out the spur to Skyline, what did they call it? Lodge. Skyline Lodge.
No, it's pond.
No.
No?
The
Oh,
sign said no. And it wasn't Skylight, it said Skyline, which I think is really weird. And then we're going to come back out to the Long Trail and continue southbound just a shade. It's less than a tenth, and find a herd path that goes out to a view. That's our plan. So far, we've only seen the one lady. Oh, breeze. That's good. I'd say the bugs today are not really mosquitoes. There were some down low at the very beginning of the trail because there was quite a bit of water down there. But it's black flies, but mostly it's these big buzzing flies, which don't seem to be biting, but they're annoying. All right. So this is Wilson. As you approach the Emily Proctor shelter, or leave it, depending which way you're going, you'll see the sign for a tenting area. So we decided to come up and see what it is. There's one tent pad here. There are plenty of spots that look like overflow, kind of. There's one up behind there. But there are two official, like, built up with rocks and stone dust tent sites. So there's that one. And another one that is not quite as nice, but it's closer to the trail. We're really quite a ways back now. I was surprised at how far out it is. Practically back to the summit. And there's some blowdowns and things in here. It is kind of nice though, because the tent pads are not right together, and they're also not right with the shelter, so kind of have some privacy. I think the other tent pad was over here. Yeah, it's off to the side. There's no signage or anything once you're on these little herd paths, and there's a bunch of paths everywhere. So that's the other little site right there. And then back at the shelter, on the other side of the shelter, there were a few stealth sites that were not stealthy. They were right on the trail. They had fire rings and they were really flat, right next to the water. But it's the water source for everybody coming through up here, so not a good place to camp, although there is a privy, so as long as they're using the privy, I don't really have a problem with using an established site. But if you want privacy and to be legal, you should come up here. But as you can see, it's a long access. We're still not back to the trail yet. Are we there yet? Geez, not yet. Almost there. And there you have it, back at the Long Trail. Tenting area. Privy's going to be downhill here a little ways on the right. And then the shelter will be further downhill on the left.
No,
Little buggy here. This is Skylight Pond. Has a huge beaver lodge right there. I didn't zoom in at all. And it looks like it's quite shallow. I don't know if people swim. I think they do, but they said it was muddy bottom. And then right up there is the shelter, which is Skyline Lodge. Skylight Pond, Skyline Lodge. Oh, you gotta climb up. Look how cool it is. It's an enclosed structure. So that's great if it's rainy or cold. Less good when it's 100 degrees. Let's see what the view is like. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice in there.
Yeah. No, nice view though. Please, no wood fires. There's a thermometer. I think it says 84 or something. Very humid. Whew. Oh, wow. Second floor. First floor. A nice table. A broom. It smells really clean. Wow. I don't think, do the windows open? It looks like they have screens. Wow, it's hot in here though. Whew. And then the privy is up, apparently, up that way. I don't know. Looks like there's a herd path here. There's a blue blaze up there. That must be to the privy. All right. We came, we saw, there's some mountains in the distance. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing extraordinary about them, so I'm not going to bother to try to figure out what they are right now. I'm getting buzzed big time. Oh yeah, you can open the window from the outside. Okay. Well, this is really nice. Nobody's here. I think it's around 1:30 in the afternoon. And there's a water source back on the access spur path. All right, next thing we're going to do is go check out Sunset Rock Ledge, whatever it is. This is Sunset Ledge, I think it's called. It's not marked on, like, with a sign, but if you are walking southbound on the long trail, once you get past this, the junction for the Skyline Lodge, you just look to the left as you walk away from that junction, and it's pretty close. There's a very well beaten path. If you think you're on it, but it's not really well beaten, you're not on it. And it comes down, there's like a little view on top of a rock. You need to keep descending off of that rock, and then you climb out over onto this ledge, and I'm sitting down right now. It is quite a drop off. I don't know how far, 50 feet, maybe more. You don't want to fall off of that. And as you can see, super hazy. This thing up close right here is Mount Musalamu. And then out behind here would be like Lake Champlain and then the Adirondacks. And this is Breadloaf right over here. All right. Wow, it's nice that there's a nice stiff breeze, but there still are black flies. Yeah, they're still getting us. Yeah. So anyway, there's a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. We're gonna beat it out of here and maybe stop to go swimming somewhere. Maybe not. We'll see. Once we're in the car with the air conditioning, we'll probably be like, let's go home. But in any case, two hikers today. One was a day hiker that we saw. I think she was heading back to where we had been parked, and the other one, I presume, was a through hiker going southbound. No, going northbound. He had a huge pack. So if he's not through hiking, he's section hiking or something. It was a huge pack. All right. This is definitely worth coming out to this.
Yeah.
This is very nice. And the breeze is very, very nice. I also think it was worth going out to Skylight Pond. I thought that was really nice. If you could ever get there when there's no bugs, it would probably be amazing. This is supposed to be excellent for sunset, hence the name. So if you're at the shelter, you could also come out here for sunset. It's certainly close enough to do that. All right, we're gonna head back. I'm at like 7.5 miles. I gotta kill that black fly. And I think it's gonna be a little under 10. It should be a little under 10. All right, successful hike. We stopped at Texas Falls recreational area, which is very close to the Middlebury Breadloaf campus, and that's also where we were near the trailhead. So it's kind of on the way home. There's no swimming here, unfortunately. It's probably a good thing. There are some nature trails, and this is Texas Falls over here. I don't think I can get both drops on it from here, but I think I can get a nice view up at the first drop. Let's see. Whew. All right. Okay. Oh, the water looks so nice. Okay. Well, that's neat. I think it's worth a little stop. It's really not out of the way at all. I love it when it has these, the water is cut the holes like that. Wow. That is cool. There used to be a bridge right here to there. No longer. Okay, so that's Texas Falls. Oh wow, look at all the butterflies right here. That's awesome.